Hey guys, it's me, Jeremy John with Cooking You Kid Fishing, where tackle and information come together to get you guys in the game. Today I wanted to talk about what happened yesterday up at Detroit Lake. So I fished Detroit Lake yesterday with a couple buddies, and we did really good. So here's a couple secrets that I am going to let you guys know. Also, if you guys don't know me, I do staff meetings in the morning. So we're doing a little staff meeting with the girls. It's kind of my morning routine. Have my coffee, just kind of relax a little bit. It's kind of nice, I'll be honest with you. So intel is super important at Detroit Lake. I can tell you that because if you're not fishing where the fish are at, you're not going to catch fish. So I've got a buddy, Jeff and Alan, who fish the lake regularly. And the word on the street from them was that the fish are over on the south side of the island, over by the North Santiam Sportsman Club. So we got to the lake. We left my house at 5:30. We were the third boat to launch, which was really nice because we knew the weather was going to be fantastic. And there was going to be a lot of boats there. And I was actually shocked on how many boats were there. There's only about 8 parking spots down at the low water ramp, and there was boat trailers all the way up the the normal parking lot up on Mongold. It was packed. So I'm glad we got there early. Headed right towards the North Santiam Sportsman Club. There is a little creek that runs in on the west side of the North Santiam Sportsman Club. And I will tell you, there is a lot of fish in that area. If you have normal electronics when you go down there, you are not going to mark fish. And here's the reason why. The fish are up super high. So they were running from the surface all the way down to 35 feet. So if you know how your electronics work, your transducer emits a signal down that is a circle around your boat. The shallower the fish, the smaller your circle. So if the fish are 20 feet and you go over the top of them, you're going to get little itty bitty tiny marks up above, but you're not going to be marking fish like you normally do when they drop down below about 55 feet. And then you're going to start marking a lot of marks. We were the only boat down there for the first probably hour and a half. And then we saw some boats coming down our way. But because they weren't marking fish, they left, and they weren't fishing the edges either. That was another mistake. They were fishing more towards the middle. So I was trying to stay in at least 90 feet of water or less, fishing the edges. And in that, where that creek comes in, there was a ton of fish. I mean, a ton. So, one of the keys that I did, and I don't know if everybody has the ability to do this, but my Garmin unit, you can adjust the lake level on it. So there is a site that you can go to. I'll show you a picture of it, and you can see how far down the lake is from full pool. So I did an adjustment on my lake map of about 65 feet down from full pool, and I just adjusted it, and then it made my map perfect. I also have a forward scan Panoptics on my boat, so I can see fish on the surface and then also see lake bottom, so I can keep myself out of bad areas. So that helped out quite a bit. So there's quite a few fish there, surface down to about 35 feet. And then on the other side of right by the island where the little land bridge is normally that people cross back and forth, that's dry right now, there was a lot of fish in 60 feet of water over there. Also, the water temp is about 4 degrees warmer in this area than it is on the rest of the lake. And most of the people were fishing down by Blowout, Kenny, and I saw quite a few people down by the dam. And the water temperature is going to be a lot colder down there. The fish are going to be a lot deeper. If you were planning on going up there and jigging, that's where I would go. I would try targeting the fish in that deeper water. We did see some surfacing for about 20 minutes first thing in the morning. You could cast jigs for those. I didn't have any with me, but if you were casting, but then those fish weren't surfacing like they were. There was only about 20 minutes. We could see them surfacing like crazy in that area because they were right on the surface down to 35 feet. We were running 6 rods, And the go-to lure was a pink purple Eliminator. I'm gonna show you guys this. This was the hot lure for the day. The other thing that I will tell you, and we were doing this, is I was charging these up with a UV light. This is a UV light that you can get. You can buy it on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, but having this up your Mysis bug, because the paints glow and all the beads are glowing, charging that up on both sides so that glow, that was really helping out as well. And we boy, we crushed them. Just crushed the fish. I could see fish. I kept on them. We'd go through them, and I could pretty much just say, hey, watch the rods, guys. We're gonna get clobbered, and then boom. We even had a what I like to call a Cinco. We had 5 fish on at once. We landed all 5. We got half a limit in, I don't know, a minute. So it was crazy. We fished 4 hours. And the other thing that I noticed, we got 4 hours, we got 40 fish, was the sun. Once the sun started hitting the lake, and we weren't on the lake during that high sun, because we got off, we were done at 11:30, was those fish did drop a little bit in the water column. So they dropped down to about 45 feet, and I moved my gear down just a little bit. So I was starting to mark fish at that point. But that early morning first thing bite, when those fish were on the surface, was absolutely phenomenal. So just watch for that. If the sun hits, those fish are gonna, that sun's gonna make them drop a little bit in the water column. So by having good electronics, making sure my map system was set right, I wasn't just going down there with the map on full pool. I dropped that down. That helped out quite a bit. Having that forward scan was money. Knowing that I was gonna get into some shallow area before I got to it, being able to mark fish on the surface. Because if I didn't have that and I went down there, I probably, when you look at it, I call it the blue screen of death. There's no fish. I would have went, no, there's no fish down here. What's the point? But there is a lot of fish down in that area. So, but that little creek that comes in, I've always said, if you're fishing early in the season, look for warmer water and look for areas where feed and stuff is coming in from creeks. It can be really good. Also, that area on the other side of the island, which I was talking about, in that 60 feet of water, that North Sandy Am arm that comes in, it kind of pushes feed and stuff over to there. That was really good as well. But that middle area, not very many fish. So I was kind of just doing a loop. And when first thing in the morning, when I went past that creek and we got all those fish, I just kept going back and forth through that area, and we did really good. So fish are pretty nice sized. They're not huge. We did get one that was 13 and a half. That was a really big one. And of course I reeled it in, just luck of the draw. But most of the other fish, they were running from 10 to about 12 inches. We did release some kokanee that were on the smaller size just because the fishing was so good. We did catch quite a few rainbows, not a lot. I was expecting, using the surface techniques, that that we would be catching more rainbow than we did, and we did get one small Chinook. But really good day of fishing. It's just me, if I was trolling and I was going to hit the lake tomorrow or Friday, both those days don't look too bad. That's the area I would check out. So make sure you guys get geared up, get your information. The Mysis bugs worked really good. We did catch a couple fish on that new Jolly Green Giant Mysis bug that isn't available yet. Sorry. Although, I don't know when they're going to come out. We'll see. I got a couple on those, and we did catch some on some orange, but the pink purple was working phenomenal. So hopefully we see you guys out on the lake. Fishing should be fantastic up there this year for the amount of fish that are up there. And good fishing, guys. See you guys out on the lake. Bye.